nerves, cause the hero right here could be the villain next year.
Yo, it's the Showdown, baby. Welcome to the What Up Does Your Radio Network. This is the Showdown. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. And in the house with us, I got my boy Big Ed and your host for the show, none other than my guy Wayz. It's time for the Showdown. Yo, what's going on, man? We coming off of a Super Bowl weekend. Football season is officially over. No more football. The worst game of the year was by far the Pro Bowl. Absolutely nothing, man. I had a great thought about the Pro Bowl recently, and that was, remember they did those games on Nickelodeon? They should do the Pro Bowl on Nickelodeon because that was some kiddie shit. Maybe the kids can enjoy it with all of the extra little effects that Nickelodeon used and make it a little more fun to watch because the game was horrible, but the kids would know better. So do it on Nickelodeon from now on. I think that would be that'd be their remedy for this. Big Ed, what's going on with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling. Celebrated my 16th wedding anniversary yesterday.
Happy anniversary.
And then today is my wife's birthday.
Happy birthday to early y'all. Mm-hmm. Other than that, man, it's been a good week so far. So that's good, man. That's two huge events to make it a very good week. Shouldn't be able to help but to have a good week with those two big milestones right there. Joe, what's going on with you, host of the show? What's going on, Mike?
Man, all right, I got COVID. I got that shit.
Yeah, other than the fact that he's muted, he got the big Ed syndrome. He got COVID. He got the muted mic. He just got the big Ed shit going on.
Oh, shit.
We gonna. So in the meantime, while he's
okay, I think I fixed that shit.
There he is.
I don't know what the fuck just happened. My bad, y'all. Sad thing is, when I go to edit this video, I'm leaving that part in because our audience could hear what I was saying.
Oh, okay, all right.
But yeah, no, yeah, I got that shit. It's kicking my ass.
Well, that's all three of us have had it over the past couple months, man. So that's crazy because I started the year off with it. And then Big Ed caught it. Now you got it. Yeah, me too, Big Ed.
How you gonna put on a painter's mask?
Yeah, right. I don't care what kind of
well, shit, I'll join y'all niggas. I don't care.
That's the only mask I have right in front. Oh, wait, nope, hold on. I got my good mask.
He said he got his good mask.
All right, now I'm ready for the show.
Now, how are we gonna take our shots? That's the real question here.
I'm gonna leave the room and take my shot.
Yeah, I got my N95.
You shouldn't be talking about taking shots. You need a vaccination shot. You need a
look. I just need the booster.
You need a booster shot. Coronavirus having theirs.
Yeah, no. Other than that, I earlier today I recorded my first reaction video for the Wayz verse channel. I gotta get the hang of doing my own thing there, but it's gonna shape out well.
That's what's up. I did take a peek at it. The scariest ghost stories. It was kind of fun to watch, man. There was some interesting stuff there. So let's do a shot and get this party started. How about that?
Oh shit.
Cheers.
Man, I'm still shooting beer. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, that was delicious.
Oh yeah.
It don't hit like that Crown.
Uh-oh.
The Crown, all of that stuff. I don't do all that. I just shoot a little beer. Don't even bother.
You said that Crown hit loud.
I think I'm gonna drink a whole 40 ounce of beer in shots.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't taste the fucking Whiskey, I just had.
I'm gonna do my whole beer. I'm gonna do the rest of my beer one shot at a time. I'm gonna do all shots.
All shots of beer.
All shots. I ain't sipping none. I'm doing just shots. I'm gonna find, so we'll see how many excuses I can make to do a shot.
You ever had a Boilermaker?
Yes.
Man, I love those damn things.
I don't.
Oh man.
It's rock gut.
Bro, you ever had one?
Mm-mm.
It's a shot of whiskey dropped inside a beer.
Oh, yeah, I guess I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That gets you fucked up too.
some rock gut shit.
You want a stomach rot shit? Look, White Russian.
Jägermeister, Jaeger bombs.
I've had a White Russian. I had a White Russian to the police when the niggas showed up. But anyway, let's.
I was gonna say, did she have a fat ass?
So let's see here. Oh, it's on you, Wayz. It's you. The show you guide, and I have no idea what we're doing.
All right.
I don't even know. I'm lost. I was too busy. I moved. I opened up my new office today, so I was too busy doing too much, and I didn't even get to look at the format. So I have no idea what we're doing. So I'm just at the mercy.
All right, so we're changing things up. Obviously, the NFL season's over, so we really have no other choice but to change things up. So I figured I'll play, since I'm the host, I'll play the role of the host. Bring up a topic for you and Big Ed to discuss. First topic is a really easy topic to discuss this week: the Super Bowl. All things, anything you want to say about the Super Bowl, go ahead.
I think the Bengals got robbed in the last couple minutes. Some bullshit ass fucking penalties.
I agree that was egregious, but as I was saying that same thing, making that same claim to Wayz right after the game, because you didn't join us because you had an episode. Wayz did make a good point that made me just stop in my tracks and let it go. Cincinnati should not have scored that touchdown out the first half, after that first play out the half, because he did snatch Jalen Ramsey's face mask and twist his head around like he was the Exorcist. So, yeah. So that was the timing was very different. The timing of the call was very different and very much more crucial of the Rams call that they got. And I do agree that was an extremely bad call at an extremely horrible time. But when you consider what the Cincinnati Bengals offense was able to do wasn't to do after that play, I have no reason to believe they would have scored that touchdown if that touchdown had been called back. And they may not have been in the position that they were when the other bad call was made. So yeah. I'm in agreement with you, but at the same time, I'm not using that as an excuse.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, shit. They shouldn't have let it get that close. They shouldn't have let it be that close anyways to be put in that position. So
I couldn't help it, man. The damn defense. Cheers to defense.
You found your reason.
One other thing that was kind of really grinding my gears through that whole fucking game is how Chris Collinsworth acted like Matt Stafford didn't have a team around him. His whole commentary, the whole fucking game, was how Matt Stafford is doing it after OBJ got hurt. Is how Matt Stafford doesn't have nobody around him. He's doing this on his own, really.
Well, I'm gonna piggyback off of something you just said. When OBJ got hurt, it was OBJ came up, showed to be far more important to this team than expected, because when he got hurt, there was a collective. I could hear from all of the Rams fans. There was this sigh. Everybody started holding their breath, puckering their asses. I was like, wow, it's OBJ, but he was having that kind of a day. Happy for him to get a ring.
Yep.
Want to be happy for Stafford. Detroit is not allowing me to because you was either with him or you're a hater, and I hate that definition of a hater. Just because I'm not rooting for you, don't mean I'm a hater. It just means, especially in this case, because to me, Stafford was the same trash fucking quarterback he was when he was in Detroit. The difference is he's got a better team around him, and that's what I've always said about him. I've always thought he was clutch. You put him in a position to win at the end of the game. That's when he's at his best. But you've got to be able to overcome his mistakes to put him in that position because he's going to make them. He's not a one-pick pony. He's going to give you two. Yep. He led the league in interceptions.
And shit, we had called it right after he threw that first one. He's going to throw another one, probably in the next series.
I've called it 2 weeks ago. He threw a second one against Frisco. Unfortunately, we dropped it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we dropped the second one, and that's how they snuck out of San Francisco. They wasn't supposed to get out of that game, and it was on him. So this narrative that Stafford, it drives me crazy because everybody wants to blame it on Detroit, but no, Stafford is what he was. The difference is these motherfuckers decided they made a different kind of choice. The Rams made a choice that the average team doesn't make, and they went all in this year, now or never, and said, instead of draft picks, let's trade draft picks for players that are proven. Fuck rookies. Fuck the next great thing. Let's trade all our let's trade our first round draft picks away for players that we think will help us win now.
They tried to build their super team.
Proven players now. They gave away 2 first round picks for Stafford. They gave away a first round pick for OBJ. They gave away a first round pick to get Von Miller. They gave away a bunch of their first round pick. They ain't gonna have a first round pick for a while, and they don't care because look what they got out of it. Just what they wanted. And Big Ed is muted.
Nice job, Big Ed. You're still muted. No.
Big up to that.
They said it said 2027 is the next time they have a first round pick.
And that's something?
Damn. That's something, to say the least.
Get a ring out of it.
Right. Now,
it was a different philosophy, and it worked.
I'm kind of surprised neither you brought out the fact that a player who was not playing that day ended up costing the Bengals some significant yards.
Yeah.
After an interception.
Yeah. The guy that runs out on the field in street clothes. I was like, dude, what are you doing? I know he got his butt kicked. He thought he had got him a free ring, and he fucked up the goddamn game.
Well, he did earn something through it, though. Free agency.
Right.
And a fine. And a fine on his way out the door.
Big in the guts. All right, what's the next topic, man? I think we beat that one up. Right, the game was not that great to me, though. It was a great finish, but it was not, to me, a great game.
It was, I want to say it was exciting.
Defensive game.
It was a very defensive game, exactly, bro.
It was, and both teams played very good defense, and Aaron Donald was phenomenal. But yeah, there was a two very good defensive efforts, but yeah, they Burrow couldn't get shit going.
No, he couldn't. Yeah, that game defensively, that was a hell of a game. Offensively, it was more luck than anything, with the exception of Cooper Kupp, because you can't really consider anything he does as luck.
Yeah, Cooper was showing improving, and I think the dude is just phenomenal, man. And McVay called a good game offensively to overcome the great defense that Cincinnati was playing to an extent. Outside of the assist he got from the refs down there in the red zone at the near the end of the game, or on their last drive, on their final drive, he got a huge assist from the refs. Other than that, he was a pretty masterful game.
There was two of them.
But one of them was a good call. The first one, the one on the linebacker, was a bad call.
Yeah.
One on the linebacker was not a pass. It was not a pass interference or a hold, whatever they called. It was not. You could see that he did not impede the movement of the receiver at all. He made an extremely. It hurt me. What I didn't like was he made an extremely tough and hard to make defensive play, and it was a beautiful play. It was a great, epic defensive play that should have made a difference in this game, and they took it from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they took it from him, and I hate when they do that. I hate when they take great plays away from players like that.
Yeah,
reminds me of when they took that no-hitter away from the Tigers pitcher, Garza. It was a young kid. He threw a no-hitter, and on the last batter, he needed one out, and that guy hit a ground ball. They threw him out at first, and the ump called him safe, and he was out by a mile.
that was before replay.
Yeah.
And he was out by a mile, and the referee even, ump, he even admitted it later. He's like, man, I feel so bad for the kid, man. He had to go apologize to him. I took away this dude's no-hitter. He may never do it again. And sure enough, he never did it again. But he won't get it. He got a one-hitter because the ump made one bad call.
Right.
Yeah, it's a big. To me, that's a big deal.
Right.
To me, that's a big deal.
Right.
Now, this next question, I was originally going to say for last, but we're on the subject of the Super Bowl. We might as well get it out the way. Do you guys believe the right person got MVP of the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah,
I 100% agree. I mean, this one to me is easy. I absolutely, yes.
He made the biggest play in the biggest moments.
Yeah.
I had an argument for Matthew Stafford originally, but looking at it and replaying the game in my head, Cooper Kupp was really the difference maker when it came down to making the difference to end the game the way they did. I think Aaron Donald was the biggest difference maker.
Aaron Donald was the only argument. Matt Stafford was not an argument. If Matt Stafford would have got it, it would have been a sham. It would have been just to say we're going to give it to the quarterback because he was trash. He was trash, quite frankly. And when it came down to it, they wouldn't have scored. The only way they scored is McVay was very creative to find a way to get the ball to Cooper Kupp. That was all. That was all to it. That's what he was. That was his creative genius, was to say, how do we? Because we know y'all. We know y'all looking for him. We know he's the guy you need. OBJ is hurt, so
and they had stopped to that point. They had stopped Kupp.
So how do we get the ball to Cooper? How do we get it to him? And that's all. And once we figure out a way to get it to him, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, that fourth quarter throwing it to Kupp suddenly became real easy. And it was because they finally buckled down and got creative.
They was moving him around and stuff. So okay, not well. Find him. I know you want to double him, but where is he?
Right.
Yep.
Where's Waldo?
Right.
Yeah, his name is Waldo Kupp, is what we call him.
What I will say is that when it came to Aaron Donald and that defensive line, it made me realize something that's been missing in the NFL for a while. And that's NFL teams don't have the opportunity to have a rotating offensive line. Because with a defensive line like that, you got to have a damn near fresh offensive line to keep them at bay. You see, by the fourth quarter, that Bengals offensive line, Aaron Donald is still getting triple teamed and breaking through.
And and not only that though, Wayz, I'm just going to put it out there. Let's look at the track record. The Bengals offensive line has been pretty much trash.
Yeah.
Burrow been overcoming the fact that they got a bad offensive line. If they need to spend their entire draft.
Yeah, he was 52 times this year he was sacked?
Yeah, he was the sack leader.
He got sacked 9 times against the Titans. So let's spend our entire drafts on the offensive line.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or trade the whole draft away to get proven offensive linemen like the Rams did.
You know what's funny about what you just say is watching all these mock drafts on NFL Network. The whole first round is damn near all offensive linemen.
Yeah.
And defensive linemen.
Yeah. There's with the exception of like 2 quarterbacks.
And I saw maybe 3 receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all that it's too early though. All the mock drafts you see right now are going to be different.
Yeah.
For months, because once they have the combine and all that stuff, all of a sudden people start seeing something they haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm curious what it all look like when it all shakes out. Speaking of which, on a side note, since we are talking football, we are talking mock drafts. The Dynasty League draft is all set. It is still a snake draft. It is based on how you finished last year, and the draft will be 1 week after the NFL draft.
Like it.
1 week after the NFL draft will be the Dynasty draft, the Dynasty League draft, and it's rookies only. So it's only 5 rounds. You can only choose rookies. So while the rookies are still fresh in everybody's mind because we just had rookie weekend last weekend, we're gonna have our draft and see how it shakes out.
I'll suggest to you two. I don't know how you guys do, and this isn't even for fantasy football for me. I'm looking at these rookies already. I've been paying attention.
Oh yeah,
it's not even because of the draft. It's not because of fantasy football. That's just football season does not end for me.
One time for the Dynastic League. I'm just making excuses to do shots, and so I came up with quite a few. I told you,
Wayz over there shooting water now.
I'm shooting
my water.
Okay. That's all right. We all been there.
One final thing I want to say about this year's draft, though, the number 1 pick will be a Michigan Wolverine.
I'm curious about that. I mean,
it's a tackle.
Maybe. No, you're talking about Hutchinson. It'll be Aiden Hutchinson. That's very possible. I think he's definitely going top 3. Or should I even? I'll even dare to say he's going to be top 2 because if he doesn't go first, the Lions will get him.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go first, the Lions will pick him. I tell you, who I think is going to be a sneak pick in the draft is that linebacker out of Georgia, man. Jordan, is it not Jordan Davis? Is it Jordan Davis? I can't think of his damn name.
I want to say it is, but I'm not 100%.
That dude is a baller, man, and he's in the mock drafts. He's falling all the way down into the late teens, close to 20. Some even got him in the early 20s. I can see him being a very, very interesting NFL player because he flashed all over the screen when they played Michigan. He was everywhere.
When I looked at those highlights, you know who he reminded me of? Warren fucking Sapp.
He reminded me of Ray Lewis because he was everywhere, dude. Now they got a defensive lineman that's going to be a beast too.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You're talking about the defensive lineman. He's going to be a beast too. I'm talking about the linebacker. Nakobe Dean. That's him. Yeah. Nakobe Dean. He is scary to me. He is going to be an extremely good NFL player. I think he is extremely underrated so far. I think his stock will shoot up some after combine though, but he's a big dude and he is everywhere. His side to side, his lateral movement is incredible to me.
Man, it's going to be exciting. I can't wait for this draft mainly because it's not an offensively focused draft.
It's a very defensive minded. It's defense and offensive line. This is you beef up the trenches and beef up the defense. That is my kind of draft.
It's one of the most cerebral drafts I've seen in a while.
It's definitely my kind of draft. I love defensive and offensive line. No, that's what where I think you build champions.
So let's move on to the next topic.
In the trenches.
What was that?
Everything begins in the trenches
at all times.
Agreed.
All right, so our next topic.
Yep.
The James Harden, Ben Simmons trade.
Interesting trade. I don't know who won it. I like the James on the surface. I like the James Harden and Embiid combination on the surface. but I'm waiting for the other foot to drop because if this doesn't work, it has to work for James Harden. This is his second time in a year where he let himself get out of shape and to get himself out of town. He just got fat and said, I want out, and just stopped working and got fat, and they shipped him out. That's how he got out of Houston, and then that's how he got out of Brooklyn. Yeah. If this doesn't work, Harden is on the verge of getting the brunt of his actions. I think his reputation is on the line because it's starting to seem like you don't get along with nobody. Maybe you the problem, right? Chris Paul was known for being a little bit of a behind the scenes, a tougher to deal with than on the surface. So he got away with that. Russell Westbrook, give me a break. He's the ultimate scapegoat. So he got away with that. He didn't get along with Dwight Howard. Okay, but Dwight Howard didn't get along with Kobe either. Well, he got away with that. But eventually it's going to come down to, goddamn, now you don't get along with KD. You can't get along with Kyrie. You can't coexist with no fucking body. Are you the problem? That's starting to be the question to me. If this fails and it goes awry again, you might be the problem. Maybe you're the problem. Now you're going to have a stain on your reputation. Harden's never been a great playoff player. So I don't know. I think Brooklyn won the trade personally. If they can find a way to hide Ben Simmons or teach him how to shoot, I think they won the trade because they got a lot of shooters now, man. They got a haul.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Brooklyn. I'm gonna go with Brooklyn winning this trade.
I wholeheartedly agree that Brooklyn won this trade, but I wouldn't want neither one of them on my team. Chemistry's all fucked up with both of them off top because of the way they treated their teammates.
Well, Ben Simmons didn't treat his teammate bad.
I don't know. Ben Simmons posted. Joel Embiid posted funeral pictures for him on his way out the door. So,
but they didn't like him. He didn't say nothing about them. They trashed him, man. After last year, they dogged him in the playoffs. I mean, they publicly, the coach and the best player, both shit. They offended him. He didn't offend them. They didn't. So he just got a problem with his shot. Mm. He's got a problem with his shot, but for my teammate and my coach to come out and blame me for us losing, y'all didn't. What did y'all win when I wasn't there? So how y'all gonna put it on me? And yeah, he got pissed off. He had the right to be upset. I don't think he went about it right. I think he still man up and come out there and play. But he's like, fuck that. I'm not playing another minute for this team. If it means I retire, I retire. But I'm not playing another minute for this team. Fuck them. But that's because they went off on him. He didn't do nothing wrong.
True.
He didn't trash them. It's, so we see Kyrie is a problem, though. Kyrie might be a problem child, too. Oh, so that's why Harden is getting away with it again, because now, he's got Kyrie to blame it on.
Yep.
So people say it's Kyrie, but eventually, hey, we're going to see.
All right. Well, while we're still on this subject, got another question about it. Have you guys heard Steve Nash's recent comments about Ben Simmons?
Yes.
He don't care about him not having a shot.
Yeah.
1,000 other things he do perfect on the basketball court. He said, I didn't get him to shoot. I got Seth Curry for that. I got KD for that.
Okay. Doc Rivers said something similar, but Doc Rivers didn't have what Steve Nash has. Right. Steve Nash is right. He does have Seth Curry, and he does have Durant, and he does have Kyrie, quite frankly. So I don't need him to be a shooter. But one thing he does bring to Brooklyn that Brooklyn can use is some hellacious defense.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what Steve Nash was referring to. He does 1,000 other things well.
He does.
Namely his defense.
He does. He passes well. He drives well, and he plays great defense. He just can't shoot that great.
Yep.
And I hope if Steve Nash is just saying that, and saying that I'm going to live with it, he might be mistaken. I think he has to say that and understand he's got to work with him on it. He's got to get rid of those demons. Find a way to make this dude better. At least learn to hit free throws, because we can't have you running from the basketball at the end of the game. But the good news is now you're not one of my top 2 players. So if I have to sit you in the 4th, there's no problem, because they still got to deal with KD and Kyrie.
Yep.
And Seth Curry.
Yep.
So they still got them to deal with if I sit you down, as opposed to when he was in Philly, I sit you down and all they got to do is worry about Embiid. You know, that was a big hole to have to take out the game. I got my star player. Well, now you're not my superstar player.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, so I think it puts him in a more comfortable position.
Now I don't have to feed your ego.
Yeah.
Now you can work on everything else without your ego in the way.
Yeah, and I can protect you. I can protect you. I can protect you what's fragile. Yeah. If I have to. If it gets fragile, I can protect you and not embarrass you. I don't have to embarrass you because, I sat him down because I didn't want KD to get the ball. Mm-hmm. What you gonna say? What you gonna say? Now what? So I think it's it'll put him in a slightly more comfortable position if it's done right.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't think about that. Got one last question. You guys want to take a quick break?
No, let's hit it.
All right, let's do it.
I'll take a quick shot though.
All right. I guess I'll join you.
Man, you're crazy.
All right.
Joining me in these shots. These shots are a sham. It's a beer.
I'm drinking water. It's all good. All right, so Shar'Carri Richardson.
Shar'Carri.
She released some comments concerning the 15-year-old Olympic athlete Camila Velleva.
Villanueva.
Yep, her.
I don't know what her damn name is, but Shar'Carri, right. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She made some comments about her being cleared to compete, even though she failed her drug test. And what she said, she made a comment saying that the only difference she really sees is that she's a black young lady.
And that's the only part I don't agree with. But Big Ed, I'm gonna let you speak on it first because
the first question that I got is, what in the hell is a 15-year-old's grandfather doing with Adderall, with amphetamine? He was caught with she got caught with a stimulant in her system, which is basically Adderall, Ritalin, that ilk of medicine. It's also known as meth. But for her to be able to fail a drug test and still go on and compete, especially with a performance enhancer, weed's not a performance enhancer. Don't give a fuck what nobody say. Weed is not a performance enhancer. But an amphetamine is.
Yeah, and they say it's because of her age and blah blah blah. That's why she was able to compete. And Big Ed, you hit the nail on the head though. Her being black is not the only difference I saw. The difference I saw was the type of drug, and you are correct. You were busted with a performance enhancing drug. So to me, what you did is worse.
Yeah.
Yet you get to compete and I don't. Not only is she right, she's right with an exclamation point. Mm-hmm. And hey, but what you gonna do?
Exactly.
What's he gonna do?
Man, it's a really tough situation because it's like I'm seeing a lot. What was that?
Ain't nobody boycotting the Olympics. There's too much money in it.
No,
And it's too far away from us. And you know, and it's not just she's not just black. She's black and she's flamboyant.
Exactly.
Right? She's black. She's flamboyant. She's seen. She's proud. She's got the nails and the hair, and she's got a presence, a big one, a flamboyant, big flamboyant presence.
Right.
And you smoking weed too? You straight up, you a nigga.
Exactly. And
right? You being all out nigga out here. We can't have. We not gonna stand for it.
No.
Now, white kid taking drugs, taking steroids. That's like normal.
Yeah, it's the only way they can keep up.
Yeah,
acceptable. But you Negroes in this marijuana, your reefers. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
Pulling my Snoop Dogg.
Look, I've been seeing a lot of comments by Americans, mind you, online saying that or defending Shar'Carri's being rejected for the Olympics by the United States Committee in comparison to this Camilla's being cleared by the International Committee. And to me, that makes even less sense, if you ask me, because in the end, the International Committee should have the final say on whether or not that was an illegal substance. But they don't. I haven't seen a lot of people actually stating the fact that the U.S. committee isn't really unbiased either.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's all trash, man. I think it's BS. I wish there was. It's nothing we can do though, man. It's just she's right though. She's right. She was the right person to say it. She was the right person to put it out there. She's got a voice. She's got a platform. She's got a podium. Let her have it, and let's just support her. And that's it. I mean, we got her back. She's right.
Mm-hmm.
She's right.
Yeah.
Let's take a break now. Do you have any more questions? Was that the last question?
That was the last question.
Okay, because I have two that you missed, and I want to get back to them. Let's take a short break, and I've got two questions I'm going to throw into the pot, folks. All right, how about that? This is the roundup. I mean, the showdown. It used to be the roundup. Now it's the showdown. It was the roundup, but now it's the showdown. Found out where it goes down. Yes, sir. I used this break as an excuse to do another shot. I know y'all can't see me. I just wanted to say it. Yeah. Yo, we are back in the building, y'all. This is the Showdown. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. I'm here with Big Ed and Wayz, of course. And I know Wayz is the host, but I got a couple of questions that he missed, and I want to throw them out there. And who wants to go first here? Let's see. Matt Stafford, is he a Hall of Famer? Don't everybody speak at once.
I don't know. I think he's got a little, maybe a third ballot. Yardage wise, completions wise, stat wise, yeah. Flash wise, no. So maybe a third ballot. I think Wayz is muted.
No, I haven't said anything yet.
Okay.
He was waiting for you.
I thought he had said something.
No. All right. Here's the thing. I numbers wise, he's had a hell of a career. I think he is a shoe-in for Hall of Fame. He deserves it, especially with the numbers he's had, the success. I had to stop myself with that word. I had to stop myself because he's only had one successful season. But the numbers he's had, based off of the team prior to this season that he's been with, that really hasn't done much but Megatron for him. I think he deserves it because if he had a better team around him all these years, I'm pretty sure this would not have been his first ring.
You said the magic word to me that makes me say no, makes me disagree with both of you. And the magic word is if. I hate if when it comes to matters of football and measuring greatness, because if has no place in the greatness to me. Every time you say if, you mean he didn't do it.
Yep.
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
I was just going to say the same damn thing.
Right? If was a spliff, we'd all be high.
Well, damn, I am though.
Right. So I don't. Once if gets thrown in, I'm out. Richard Sherman probably put it best so far. Not once was he considered top 5 of his era. Not once did he get an MVP. He didn't even get MVP of the Super Bowl. He's never led the league in passing. He's never led the league in touchdowns. Nobody's ever considered him the best player in the league, or even top 5 for that matter, at any point of his career in his era. So how do we consider him one of the greatest quarterbacks of all times?
I want to say, okay, the Hall of Fame has never really been the greatest of all time gallery. Fran Tarkenton was great. He was good, but he was not a greatest quarterback of all time. But he's in the Hall.
Of his era. But he was one of the greatest of his era. And that's what I'm saying, because once you're in the Hall, you are considered, it tells the story of your era. It tells the story, and you can't tell the story of that era without Fran Tarkenton. He was the best. He was one of the best quarterbacks. He was definitely a top 5 quarterback.
Can you put Megatron in without Matt Stafford?
Yes. Why not?
Then why can't Matt Stafford go in with because of Megatron?
They go hand in hand.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I don't agree with that. That's bullshit. Because Megatron's numbers were epic for receivers in that era, while Stafford's numbers wasn't as epic amongst quarterbacks of that era. So there were other quarterbacks doing better, even though they didn't have Megatron. So you got Megatron, a Hall of Fame receiver, and you still didn't outplay some of the other. Drew Brees didn't have a Megatron. Tom Brady didn't have a Megatron. Peyton Manning didn't have a Megatron. Well, he had Marvin Harrison, but it wasn't Megatron. There's a lot of there was quarterbacks better than Matt Stafford who didn't have a Megatron.
Yeah.
So why was Matt Stafford's numbers not up to their par? Why was he not considered? He didn't get the quarterback numbers like Megatron got receiver numbers compared to the other receivers. So that's the difference. It's comparing him to the other receivers of his era. He was one of the top 5. He was top 5. He was top 3. He was top 1 at one time. We talked about Megatron as being the best receiver in the league. We never talked about Stafford as being the best quarterback in the league ever.
All right,
ever. Not even now.
Here's the thing, though. Matt Stafford has never had what those other top 5 quarterbacks have, and that's a team. He's had only Megatron. And so to say that he doesn't deserve the spot because he didn't have a team.
Yeah, but that's no, but that don't matter. That's another if statement.
It's not an if.
Okay. You're saying if he had a better team. Without saying it, you're saying it.
And you've said it before.
But we also said
Tom Brady had success with bad teams. What happened to the New England Patriots when he left? What happened to the New England Patriots when he left?
You mean the dissolved New England Patriots?
Yeah, the one he won the Super Bowl with the year before he left. He won the Super Bowl with that dissolved ass team. He won with some bad fucking teams over there. You take him away and they were trash.
Did we not all three just this past Sunday before the game agree that Tom Brady would be a footnote in history if he was stuck on the Detroit Lions?
I don't agree with that.
No.
I never said I agree with that.
But
okay.
I never said I agree with that. I've never agreed with it. I didn't. There are a lot of Detroit Lions in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Detroit Lions, and there are some that played with Stafford. Some that did. There's some that play. There are a lot of them in there. Believe it or not. It doesn't stop you from making it. And this season, he wasn't on the Lions. Was this a Hall of Fame season? He won the Super Bowl, but was it a Hall of Fame season leading the league in interceptions?
I don't think anyone had a Hall of Fame season this season.
You can say the same thing about Brett Favre, though. Who has the record for interceptions.
Brett Favre got 3 MVPs, bro.
Yeah.
How many Stafford got? He got a Super Bowl MVP. How many Stafford got?
Like I said, he'll probably be a 3rd or 4th ballot.
I don't think I say he's got more. I'm not going to say he's not getting in, but if he retired right now, he's not in. No. If he retired right now, I say he's not a Hall of Fame. He's not a Hall of Fame. The year he won the Super Bowl, he led the league in he did not have a Hall of Fame season even this year. So you can't blame the Lions. He was the same guy he was there, throwing 2 picks a game. I told you before the game, I counted. He's going to throw at least 2 picks.
Yeah.
Because he does that. He just had a defense that could help him overcome it, still put him in position to win in the end. But still, those 2 picks could have killed him.
Yep.
Yeah.
The average team wouldn't have won. The fact that they had Von Miller and Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. I mean, you got 3 Hall of Famers on your defense.
Right.
Active right now.
2 of which are talking about retiring.
Aaron Donald always said that to say it.
I agree. I don't think he's retired, but so I'm not seeing it, and I'm not going down this rabbit hole of everybody's playing, and that's what I said. I said the reason I don't want him to win, the reason I'm rooting against him is because everybody's going to take it as an opportunity to trash Detroit, and I'm not joining that ball game.
Now, in all fairness, I've never seen this as an opportunity to trash Detroit because I've been trashing Detroit since well before I met you.
I understand that, and a lot of people have, a lot of other people have, especially the trashing the Lions. But this is an opportunity to. That's all you hear. If it wasn't for the Lions, if he wasn't playing for the Lions, but you got to blame the Lions. Don't blame the Lions, motherfucker. He wasn't shit this year. He wasn't a Hall of Famer this year, and he won. He didn't get the MVP. He didn't lead the league in yards. He didn't lead the league in touchdowns. He didn't get. Cooper Kupp had a great season. Is he in because of Cooper Kupp? No. No, he don't get the Offensive Player of the Year award. Cooper Kupp got it. He didn't get the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Right.
So where's that? This wasn't a Hall of Fame season, and he won, and he wasn't on the Lions.
Yep.
So I'm not blaming the Lions for his mistakes. I mean, that's the only thing he led the league in was interceptions this year. That's all he led the league in. That was his sole top of the sole category that he topped. Picks.
Okay.
And pick sixes. So he's not out of the Hall. He still has time. He still has years ahead of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He still has seasons ahead of him. But if it ended today, I don't think he's close. I don't think he's close. Because when you do look at the numbers and you do look at it, just don't add up to Hall of Fame numbers to me.
Okay.
I just don't see it. Unless you throw ifs. And now if is in the Hall of Fame. If is in there. If gets in every year.
Just like if OJ didn't fuck with white bitches, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
He'll be in there. I mean, if think about it, OJ. OJ played with one Hall of Famer his whole career. Yeah. And he only got in because he was blocking for OJ. he got in because he was OJ's boy. That's how good OJ was.
So you said you had a second question for us?
Yes, I do. Super Bowl halftime show. Where do you rank it? Where do you rank this year's Super Bowl halftime show with Dr. Dre and the posse?
I'll take the lead on this since I'm the younger one. I'm kind of disappointed in my generation. They're a little too quick to try to call anything that happens during their time the best.
All right. Okay.
I do not agree that this was the best halftime show, but it is definitely top 3. I would say it's number 2. There's nothing, no way in hell anything is going to ever top Prince at the halftime show. You can't top that. Whether it's coincidence, if this man has some magical fairies wiggling around in his fucking perm, it doesn't matter. You cannot top that. But I will put it in front of Michael Jackson because I was not as impressed with Michael Jackson.
Big Ed, your thought?
Rank it number 2. And it was hard coming into that decision because, man, it was great. And when I told you Snoop was going to crip walk across the stage, and then Eminem taking the knee, while Dre's on the piano playing "I Ain't Mad at You." I almost thought that they was going to bring in the Tupac hologram at that point. But yeah, I rank it number 2, right behind, like Joe said, that motherfucking Prince playing Purple Rain in the rain. That's got to be number 1.
I'm going to quote a legendary radio personality here, John Arnold, who came at me. He came at me because I ranked it as high as I did. But he said, this generation is so easily impressed, it's pathetic. He didn't like it at all. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think I put it at 5, maybe even 6. I liked Prince. I liked Michael Jackson. I liked Beyonce. I liked Bruno. and I'm tempted to say I liked Janet Jackson better. It wasn't trash though. I mean, I don't. That's not. I'm not putting a Lady Gaga in the same conversation, or Katy Perry, or even Coldplay, which was extremely good. What I think was top 10 Coldplay.
5 was good too.
I'm not putting it in those conversations. I get top 5. I wasn't overly impressed. I think I didn't like the lip syncing. And yes, they were lip syncing. You can say what you want to say, but yeah, Dr. Dre ain't got that kind of breath no more. He didn't have it back then. He certainly ain't got it now. Snoop was walking down the steps too comfortably and not losing a beat, and I couldn't hear his voice taking steps. They were cheating. That's bullshit. I know the game. I know this
50,
game far too well.
Yeah, you could tell 50 was out of breath though.
50 was out of breath, and he was still surviving it. 50 Cent was lip syncing. 50, yeah, he's been getting dragged for being a little chunkier than he used to be, but shit, he's eating better.
So I saw they photoshopped 50's face on Sherman Clump's body, and it said 350.
That's funny. That's funny. So yeah, I've seen a lot of them. But I did like it. I liked Mary J's first song. Didn't like her second song. I liked Eminem. Snoop was live, but Kendrick didn't impress me a whole lot. I liked the little Public Enemy style. It made me think of Joe when Joe said Public Enemy. He gave their stage show a 5 or 3 or whatever he gave it. Talking about it don't seem like we mess well. I think shit. Their stage show is phenomenal. They bring out the S1Ws. They do that FOI military shit. Them motherfuckers are phenomenal live.
Like the dudes in the khakis was doing.
They are phenomenal live, man. They are. That was Kendrick Lamar his people were doing some stuff similar to what the Public Enemy crew does.
Stepping.
It's but they do it with military precision. It's freaking dope. And Flavor is all the way live. But anyway, getting back to the Super Bowl show, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I liked it a lot. I don't want to downplay it at all. I personally think I like better fewer groups doing more songs than a lot of groups doing one song. It don't give me enough. It don't do it for me. For Eminem to come out and do a piece of Lose Yourself and be gone. I like that Anderson .Paak was out there on the drums. That was pretty dope. It was really a thing for Dre. It was Dre Day. That's what it was. It was Dre Day.
Now, I will say it wasn't just Anderson .Paak. It was all of Silk Sonic with the exception of Bruno Mars.
But it was Anderson .Paak. Anderson .Paak was discovered by Dr. Dre. That's why he was out there.
Okay, I got you.
Call it what it is. It was Dre Day. You know, that's what it was. So I dug that. So there was some things about it. There was a lot about it I liked. It was fun. It was hype. It was amped. Definitely up there. And I say top 5 until I think about the Janet Jackson don't get credit for it because of the wardrobe malfunction. But the fact is that Janet Jackson killed it that year. she fucking annihilated it. And then that happened and it changed the whole narrative of the show. Everybody forgot everything that happened before that.
Yeah.
But she actually was phenomenal. So that's my take on it, man. I being the older guy, I like a little bit of the older stuff, but and I didn't care too much for the lip syncing. But other than that, man, I thought it was phenomenal. I do think it was worthy of top 5. If somebody want to say top 3, top 2, I'm okay. I don't even knock the people that say it's the greatest of all time. If the people that like it the best, I get it. You know, it's generational, and that's cool. That's it, because if that was your generation, you probably do feel that way. Right. Prince was my generation. Prince and Michael Jackson was my generation. Michael Jackson covered a lot of generations, quite frankly. And Mike covered a lot of generations. Yeah. But the Thriller era was my generation. Prince was my generation. So I tend to still think those were the best too. After that, I think it's all debatable.
I will admit though, this halftime show I found very impressive, and not even just the performance itself, but the after effect. Like the fact that my 6-year-old son Ben was just playing with his toys yesterday, and all of a sudden I hear la da 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 da.
Yeah, that can happen. I mean, that's music though. That's music. You know what I'm saying? Hits are hits for a reason, and you can play hits for the new generation. And even though they wasn't up on it, once they hear it, and they will still appreciate it the way we appreciated it. That's why I used to take a lot of time back when I was coming up during my era. I used to buy compilation CDs of stars that was from the era before me that I've heard of, because I know your name for a reason. If I don't really know your skit, but I know who you are, I know your name, I know your name for a reason. So I'm going to go get your greatest hits and see what's up. And I became a very, very, very big fan of Sly and the Family Stone and James Brown and a lot of other Bill Withers, you know, because a lot of the stuff I had heard, a lot of stuff I knew, I just never knew this was all you. That's why he the man. That's why I know this nigga. Right. And so, you know, that's how I used to do it. I used to approach it, and you become, like I told the story before. That's why it was interesting to me to watch my brother get caught up in Straight Outta Compton and now started learning and appreciating more of music from my era, because I went through a phase of learning and becoming more appreciative of the music from his era.
Right. And you want to know what's weird about how you say that? It's because I'm the complete opposite kind. Not kind of, but I like the music that I listened to growing up is all sampled music, pretty much, and it's all sampled from the era just before me.
Shit, 2 eras before you.
So you know what I'm saying. So I like to listen to the music that I like, but I'll go back and listen to the music that came from.
In similar fashion, a lot of that came to me in similar fashion. A lot of that was something that came to me, that I would be listening to these old artists because I know who you are, but I don't really, really know your stuff. I might know 1 or 2 songs, but I don't really know. Why do I, and it just hit, it just gathered in me as a music aficionado of, there's got to be a reason I know who you are.
Yep. And
when I listen, I will, by chance, I'm hearing a lot of stuff that I'm hearing, and that's where they got this from. Oh, that's where they got the. Just like when I listened to Bill Withers and her grandma's hand, and was like, oh shit, I never realized that No Diggity was a sample. That I thought that was them. That's Bill Withers. Yep. I was doing the same way. Doom, doom, doom. That's the beginning of a Bill Withers song called Grandma's.
Same thing with Ain't No Sunshine by DMX.
Well, that's obvious. It's the same title, but
I didn't know that Bill Withers had a song. I didn't know who Bill Withers was.
Got you. Okay.
Until I heard the DMX song.
I got you. Yeah, but that one was a lot more obvious because, again, that's literally the same name of the song.
Snoop's "Who Am I" and Atomic Dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you sound way too young for me to be a part of this conversation. Okay. You sound atomic dog, nigga. But anyway, when kids try to join a grown-up conversation. So yeah, that's like some kids. Yeah, like, oh, never mind.
But the first time I heard Atomic Dog was after I heard Snoop's Who Am I?
Yeah. When kids join a grown-up conversation.
That was in like 93.
When kids try to throw in their examples when grown-ups are talking. Yeah, so that's like some kid jumping up telling you, trying to school you on Snoop Dogg. Like, dude, that's not old school, that's middle school.
You better shut up, I'm gonna crip walk all over your damn face.
That's middle school. But anyway.
I was in middle school when it came out.
Exactly. The point. And I was DJing in strip clubs. So there goes the difference. There lies the difference. But anyway, that's my take, and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
But it was fun. So, Wayz?
Yes, sir.
Take us on out.
Take us on out.
All right. Thank you for watching the Showdown. I am your host, Wayz. I got my co-host here, OG Tim Wilson, Big Ed. Like, subscribe, join us next week while we talk our shit.
It's the Showdown, y'all. Peace out.